Alright, let's talk about a scenario that's blowing everyone's minds right now. What if I told you the team everyone thinks has already locked up the minor premiership hasn't actually done it yet? Yep, Fremantle sitting at 18-3, but mathematically, there's still a 5 to 10% chance they slip up. That's wild. And here's why I think this matters. The Dockers aren't just fighting for bragging rights, they're balancing the pressure of securing home ground advantage while avoiding burnout before finals. Imagine if they do stumble. Suddenly, Sydney's right there sniffing around. And that's where things get spicy. Let's zoom out. The Swans? They're the dark horse here. A win against Essendon next week and they're guaranteed second place. But here's the twist, finishing second might actually be better than first. Why? Because facing Hawthorn in a qualifying final sounds way easier than taking on Brisbane or Adelaide later. It's like chess, right? Teams aren't just trying to win, they're strategically positioning themselves for the finals gauntlet. Now, Hawthorn and Brisbane. These two are locked in a brutal dance for third and fourth. The Lions' win over the Hawks last week shook things up, but let's dissect what's really at stake. If Hawthorn loses to Collingwood this week, they could plummet all the way to 7th, 7 teams in the top 6. That's the chaos of the wildcard system. And here's my hot take, the Lions might be the team everyone's underestimating. Their remaining games against Gold Coast and Collingwood? They're must-wins, but if they pull it off, they're a legit premiership threat. But wait, Geelong's stuck in purgatory. They needed Melbourne to beat Fremantle to even stay alive, and now they're praying for Adelaide to lose. It's brutal. What many overlook is how their earlier losses are haunting them now. This isn't just about talent, it's about consistency. And that's a bigger story in the AFL right now, the gap between elite teams and the pack is narrowing. Any slip-up gets punished. Then there's the wildcard circus. Collingwood versus Carlton? A rivalry ready to explode. But here's the kicker, neither wants to face Adelaide or Geelong coming out of the wildcard round. That's why next week's Dogs versus Blues game is a silent decider. The winner gets a slightly easier path, the loser? They're staring down a nightmare matchup. And let's be real, Carlton's season has been a rollercoaster. If they pull this off, it'll be one of the great turnarounds. What's fascinating me is how percentages are dictating destiny. Fremantle lost 4 percentage points despite losing by just 4 points. That's insane math. And it's why teams can't afford moral victories. Every goal matters in ways fans don't fully appreciate until it's too late. So, stepping back, this season's teaching us that the top 6 isn't just about talent, it's about mental toughness. Who can handle the pressure of percentages, avoid complacency, and exploit rivals' stumbles? Fremantle's close, but the Swans, Lions, and even the resurgent D's could rewrite the script. And here's my closing thought, what if the wildcard teams end up being the ones who shake everything up? Because in 2026, chaos isn't just possible, it's inevitable.